upgradation policy of SEF is to arrest the dropout of girls, especially at the transition time from grade 5 to grade 6. So, because parents feel more comfortable in sending the girls to the same school. Then a provision of facilities including boundary wall and washrooms is a contractual requirement of SEF. So we have separate washrooms for female teachers and female students. So that's a good incentive for students to stay. We provide support to girls under our scholarship program. And last year we introduced a scholarship program in cadet colleges also, and our board has already approved double the number of the seats for girls cadet college as compared to the boys cadet college. Next please. So we encourage our partners to provide female teachers transportation, because one thing which we have learned over the years is that transportation is one key factor which can improve retention of female teachers. We have been developing strategic partnership with organizations like SMB, TCF. 41% of our students are girl students, 54% are female teachers. I would say we are creating a class of new women entrepreneurs in the shape of our female partners, and then though the number is still small as compared to our male partners, but it is growing. And we have very wonderful stories to share from our women entrepreneurs. Next please. So recommendations in the report include a review of existing policies by the government, by both SELD and SEF from gender perspective, and issuing guidelines also for future perspective, so that all policies which are formulated incorporate gender perspective since the beginning. Evolution of a permanent mechanism for prioritizing girls enrollment. For this, the emergency center established at RSU can be utilized by amending its TORs. These committees have also been established at district and taluka level, so they can launch community awareness and advocacy campaigns which are focused on girls enrollment and retention. They can also organize workshops on monthly basis to engage stakeholders on a sustainable basis. There's need to activate school management councils to be led mostly by mothers wherever possible, because opportunities for girls who have lost the opportunities earlier in life. This can be done through strengthening non-formal education. This is very important because a large cohort of out-of-school children consist of girls who cannot be enrolled into the mainstream now. So SEF has a program, AALTP, Adult and Adolescent Learning Training Program. This can be done through that, and then the Directorate of Non-Formal Education should work on this. Then ensure implementation and compliance of child labor laws and child protection law, because the law prohibits children of certain age for employment, but this is done. then SELD needs to institute gender responsive budgeting so that there's no need for people like us to advocate again and again. It should be automatic budget incorporated in the budget policies for the girls. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sadaf. Mrs. Sadaf, she highlighted the factors which are hampering girls' education in the province of Sindh, and she also highlighted the suggested remedies. Now I will request Honorable Ombudsman Sindh to share his views on the subject and also highlight the working of Ombudsman institution. Mr. Irad Ali Khan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah Sahib, Qazi Kabir Sahib, MD Sindh Education Foundation, my colleague Ombudsman Shahnawaz Tariq Sahib, Khabar Jameel Sahib, and a very senior colleague, our Shafiq Paracha Sahib, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu Alaikum. As already informed, we have gathered today here for the formal launching of this research study which was carried out through our Ombudsman Office's initiative on the issues of girls' education. I think that is one of the which we are members, and all ombudsmen of the world are members of that institute, and it supports these kinds of studies. I would like to thank the Chief Minister for taking out time to chair this important ceremony, and I must also share with you that a few days back when I went to him and presented this study, I saw really the keen interest he took, and I saw the urge into him, and I think that eagerness to do something, we see the manifestation in his presence with us today. Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Sir, education is one of the fundamental rights guaranteed in the Constitution of Pakistan for every citizen irrespective of gender. However, we see a lot of gender disparity. According to the Pakistan Social and Living Standards Measurement Survey, the literacy rate in Sindh is 57%. The percentage of girls aged 10 years and above who ever attended school is just 44%, much lower than the boys, which is about 68%. Even our Sindh Education Department, with their latest survey and its report depicts a similar picture. That was SESPNR 2019.